Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and not too long ago, I did a video walk around of Ansel, our new 2023 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. In that video, it was still very much a truck, and I alluded to the fact that it wasn't going to stay a truck much longer. And as you can see, well, here we are. We'll get into that. Just a quick recap of what all was on Ansel in that video. Metal cloak, 3.5-inch game changer lift, Black Rhino Kelso wheels and a 17 by 9 with negative 18 offset, 38 13 50 17 Milestar Patagonia XT tires, Evo quarter pounder bumper, open road 4-wheel drive, Panther Series 2 13,000 pound winch with synthetic line, factor 55 flat link, which will not be on there much longer because we have the groove fair lead from Yancombe ropes to put on there. Just haven't had a chance to put it on there on this trip. Rock hard 4x4 rock sliders, and inside the Anvil Overland dash bar, which has been doing great on this trip, holding all the cameras and the new Spot X that we picked up on this trip for both vehicles. Everything else in this is pretty much the same, and we've added the KC Highlights brand new Gravity Titan light bar. We freaking love this because it's got amber backlights and super bright white lights built in, and we've been using this on the trails, and this thing is killer. I actually will be swapping out the Gravity Pro 6 on Sully with the Titan, and it just looks amazing. It is the best looking light bar on the market. Well, since that last video, we've been busy getting Ansel prepped for this trip. The obvious addition is the Explorer elevated truck topper. This is their very first one for the Gladiator. We'll get into more details of that in a minute, but let me show you what all's been going on here in the bed, because this is where we've spent a lot of time getting this ready. So we'll start back here. Move that stuff, move that stuff, move that stuff. There we go. In the back we have two LifePo 4 100 amp hour batteries. These are from Lifetime. Not super expensive. They do have Bluetooth monitoring built in, which is the main reason why I wanted to go with these. So you can just easily monitor everything with an app. Makes it super awesome. I didn't have time to go fancy on the charging, so just went with a very budget-friendly Renogy 40 amp DC to DC charger. No solar on this, no nothing, but DC to DC charging. So this connects to the alternator, and this keeps these charged. And so far on this trip, it's doing a fantastic job. The batteries are running the brand new Iceco VL35 Pro fridge. I'm going to do a totally separate video on this fridge, but this fridge is one, beautiful, and two, actual dual zone, and has done very well on this trip. We've got that mounted on the Iceco drawer fridge slide, the exact same one that I have in Sully. And then for air up duties, we have the Morphlate 10.6 Pro, same air compressor that I have in Sully. This thing's been really good, and you can set the PSI that you want to stop at, and when it gets to that PSI, it shuts off, and so you don't have to worry about it. It's kind of a set it up, turn it on, walk away, talk to your friends. It'll shut off when it's done. For storage on this trip, I just had a simple Plano tote that keeps all of the gear and stuff in here, plus a front runner box. And so that nothing fancy right now. We do have some totes coming from Ironman 4x4 that are gonna be very functional and you know, different sizes, and it's gonna be great. Let's get into the topper. So the Explorer elevated truck topper. We met these guys at the Moore Expo. They've been building these for the Tacomas for a little while, but this is the first one for the Gladiator, and we absolutely love it. It's got pass-through to get up into the tent. There's no ladders on the outside. You can add one. I've actually been using mine for this trip. It just makes it easier with the dogs. But 2 panels here. To get up in the tent, you can fully stand up, change clothes, set this up as kind of an office in here. Gives you awesome usable space. This can slide forward and really opens up the entire truck bed. These have MOLLE panels on them. We've got all kinds of ideas for recovery gear and camping gear and all that sort of stuff to mount to the MOLLE panels. All 3 doors have both a white light and a red light. The back door does have the optional glass. It also has glass up there in the front of the cab, and as you can see, has a sliding window, so you can slide both windows from the Gladiator and this, and pass stuff through if need be. And you can obviously open up all of it to kind of have awnings, cabana mode, whatever you need. One thing I love about this is it's got these panels that you can pull off. It's got panels here in each corner that you can remove to make wiring invisible and super easy. So I can run all kinds of stuff from the battery right up into here, and then just route it anywhere I need to in the back, because running wires was in the thought process of the design of this, and I absolutely love that aspect of it. And the other thing that sets this apart from similar toppers is these do lock, but they lock and unlock. Now that's locked. Now it's unlocked. So up in the tent, you've got tons of space, tons of windows, storage pockets. It's so awesome to sit here and be able to look out, take in the views. It's a pretty sweet design. Now in the future, I'll do a video comparing Ansel to Sully, and talk about the pros and cons of having a topper with a tent, having a roof rack with a rooftop tent on top of it, because each one has its pros and cons, and we're lucky enough to get to try both. So obviously Ansel has been Kara's primary rig on this trip, and in the last video I told everyone that we bought Ansel with the intent of it replacing Sully probably next year. Yeah. But something has happened on this trip. And what is that?
I fell in love with it. I guess it all started actually whenever I was on my way back from out west training for the Rebel U. I slept out of the back of Boo, and it was just really nice to be able to pop it up, put it down, and wheel it out. And that's how I've kind of made this into, and so it's kind of nice.
And so you don't want to give this up now?
No, this is my new Gladiator.
This is Kara's overlanding rig.
Gladiator.
So, with not just discussing the tent topper,
yeah,
but all the mods, this is really the first time this has been on a serious off-road trip.
Yes.
And definitely serious overlanding trip, because we've been out here 4 weeks of a 5-week trip.
Right.
How's Ansel performing?
Amazing. I mean, obviously we've not taken it on anything really technical. That's coming whenever we go and we climb the wall in Poughkeepsie and do all those things with the guys. But it's doing amazing. Having the topper on, it's a game changer, being able to just live out of it. I'm a rock crawler, and I still have my pink Jeep for that, but it's nice to have this as an option for whenever I do want to like go and set up camp and live out of my vehicle. I love it.
We've put probably 4,000 miles on this, just on this trip already.
Yeah, it's hit 12,000.
Okay, we left the house at I think 8, so yeah, about 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
How's the lift doing?
Lift is great.
Awesome. I mean, lots of highway miles.
The only thing that I wish I had was my shocks off of Boo, my Elka, the Reservoir shocks. I really like those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lift's great. The clearance is great. Having the tires on there. It doesn't make any issues. I do want to re-gear it for sure.
We've got to re-gear it as soon as we get
because, yeah, just because of adding this topper on there. I know that you said that, you know, I wanted to keep it as a truck. I did want to keep it as a truck, but it's still technically a truck. It just doesn't have the access to the bed. But you could open up the back.
I don't think we could put a piece of plywood in here if we
Yeah,
wanted
you
to.
could. I've seen so many people driving down the road with things on top of their vehicle. It can be done.
So, let's talk about the Explorer Elevated. And, I mean, just your experience with that so far.
Oh my gosh.
Because we spent, I think, probably 8, 9, maybe 10 nights out of this on this trip. We've been flip-flopping back and forth.
We would have spent more had it not been along the coast in California. There's hardly any camping, so we've had to kind of pitch and hit some hotels. But, yeah, we flipped back and forth just to kind of compare and contrast the two tents. But, oh my gosh, I love it. I love these panels. That you can take these down, and like at night we'll put like our clothes back up here. We'll have a Blue Yeti up here because we haven't added power into it yet, but we can put that up here and then just have everything be charging. And then there's just, we added this. We got this. We're gonna put my Dometic.
I did forget about that.
Yeah, we're gonna put the Dometic water port there. But yeah, there's just, when we get home, I'm honestly overwhelmed because there's so much that we have still to do with this that's sitting at home for us.
So, overall, Ansel's been performing flawlessly. Love the setup.
Love it.
And no regrets.
No regrets, except for it not being pink.
I have not driven this at all.
No.
Like, we haven't swapped Jeeps. I thought about it a couple of times. Like, I need to drive it just to feel it.
Yeah.
But we have not swapped Jeeps at all. So.
Well, you should have technically driven it. Well, I mean, you've driven it without it having the topper on to feel how much
I've taken this on a dirt road.
Oh.
That's it.
No.
No trails at all. Maybe I'll drive this out in the morning.
You told me, you said, build it how you want it to be for you.
It is.
And I think during that process, I've fallen in love with it.
I mean, that's why we love Gladiator so much, because they are, I think, the best and most capable overlanding rigs.
Yeah, I would say so too.
So, when we get home, things we definitely have to do. Most of it involves just utilizing the batteries in the back. We got the new totes coming. We got an awning coming for the side, a 270 awning coming for it. But most of the work is going to be running power outlets in the bed to charge lights and phones and stuff, running power up into the tent to keep phones and watches and stuff like that charged. But that's most of the work, is running power.
One thing that I really love about this topper is that you have this already built in around everything that opens.
Yes, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, so we don't have to have too much lighting in here, but up in the top for sure, because there's not a light up there.
Oh yeah, lighting.
But also definitely just getting it dialed in. That's, because now that I'm making it my own, I want to put everything where I want it, and I'm very much OCD and keeping it clean. So I gotta keep it all dialed.
Well, let us know what you think about Ansel. Not so much truck, but
still a truck.
Killer overlanding rig.
It's a truck. A Gladiator.
Killer overlanding truck. But seriously, let us know in the comments what you think. The changes that we've made. We took a lot of lessons off of Sully and put them into this as far as the power and fridge and that sort of stuff. And it's working really well.
We've taken things off of food too.
We have. So let us know in the comments what you think. If you would like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Check out our Patreon. If you like what we're doing and you want to support the channel, gain access to special content, all of our GPS data, and special events. And for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.